Now it is with great honor that I introduce our next speaker. Our next speaker has served on Tipp City Council the longest of any of its current members. He is a businessman, real estate guy, and a conscientious legislator, and a true leader. After having been re-elected to an unprecedented third term on City Council, in January of 2014, members of council unanimously selected him to be the city's mayor. Since then, he has worked tirelessly on council matters at local council meetings and has represented Tipp City at all the various public events in town, in Columbus, and even in Washington, D.C. Whenever the need arises, the mayor is always there for us. It has been a pleasure and an honor to work with you. And ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure and honor now tonight to introduce to you the mayor of Tipp City, Mr. Patrick Hale.
Well, welcome everyone to Tipp City's 175th anniversary. I'd like to thank Councilman Joe Gibson, President Joe Gibson, for his introduction, Councilman Matt Owen, Downtown Tipp City Partnership Director Heather Dorston, Tipp City Chamber Director Liz Sonnenstein, the city staff, and the rest of the 175th committee for all the countless hours and hard work that they put together to make this weekend possible. Tonight, as I stand here, I am thankful, I'm blessed, and I am humble. First of all, I'm thankful because both of my sons and my future and daughter-in-law have come into town to be here for this tonight. I'm blessed because I've been able to wake up next to the same woman for the last 31 years, my beautiful wife, Pamela, who has 3 generations of people now living in Tipp City. And I'm humble just to be able to stand up here and give tribute to our great community, Tipp City, Ohio. When I began reflecting on what I was going to say, I realized just how hard it was going to be to put 175 years into a 45-minute speech. Matt, just kidding. And then it occurred to me that this weekend, as Mr. Ray suggested, is not just about Tipp City's 175th anniversary, but also a celebration of the signing of our Declaration of Independence 239 years ago, where a group of men came together to write a document that would ultimately separate us from being ruled by a king and make one of the greatest nations the world has ever seen. Where this same document led to a truly free country where your dreams are only limited by your ability to work hard enough to make them happen. How many of us remember that after the signing of the Declaration of Independence, that it was a long, hard 7-year war fought against the British? And but for the help of countries like France and Holland, this great American experiment might never have gotten started. What a shame it is today that we have people that feel it's appropriate to burn the American flag, and that they don't understand what it is that we are able to enjoy liberty each and every day when we wake up. But I say here in Tipp City, we are proud of our liberty, and we aren't afraid to fly the American flag, and we believe that we live in the greatest country the world has ever seen. So what of Tipp City, past, present, and future? In just 64 years after the signing of the Declaration of Independence, the town of Tippecanoe came into being. It's impossible for me to take the time to list all the great events that have happened in our community over those years, but there's a few that stuck out as I was doing my research. In 1837, the Miami-Erie Canal was being worked on in this area, with some 4,000 people working on it at one time. In 1840, the first plat was registered for Tipp City with a whole of 17 lots. 1853, the Tippecanoe school system was formed with its first one-room schoolhouse. 1867, the post office changes its name from Hyattsville to Tippecanoe City. In 1872, our first fire department was formed. In 1874, the first city building was built on the corner of 3rd and Main and now houses Tipp Monroe Community Services. In 1923, the Tipp City Library was formed. In 1939, the city name was changed from Tippecanoe City to Tipp City. In 1959, the first Tipp City Mum Festival, and in 1980, Tipp City's EMS was established. The population of Tipp City has steadily grown over the years from 949 in 1860 to 1,730 in 1900 to 3,304 in the year 1950 and to just shy of 10,000 in the census of 2010. The point is this: Tipp City continues to grow for the betterment of the community, and we know how to stay up with the times and continue to make our city grow. I consider myself very fortunate to have served on City Council for the past 10 years. Where in 2006 we dedicated our new water treatment plant, where through the most recent recession we were able to maintain a budget in the black, and where we live in a community that brings people together to support a capital improvement levy that has allowed for many continued improvements in the city, like over $400,000 worth of streets paved each year, where just 2 years ago we tore up the streets downtown, put in new sidewalks, new sewers, and new streets. This is a testament to the people of our community to see a need and make it happen. For without the support, understanding, and commitment from the community, local government can accomplish nothing of significance. We are our community committed to moving forward while preserving our heritage. And so finally, what about our future? What will Tipp City be like in another 175 years? Will all the cars pull up to electrical charging stations or be charged in our garages? Will solar technology have advanced to the point where every roof will have solar powers, supplying enough power that you almost need no power electricity from your city? Will global warming be so bad that we don't have to plow streets anymore? Whatever the case may be, when cars turn off the highway or the skyway and come down Main Street and park, let the visitors of Tipp City find a great community of people still dedicated to making Tipp City a great place to live. And let those same visitors take a stroll down Main Street and find every last building that is here on Main Street today well preserved and well maintained. Thank you.
One time at the age of 13, I worked in the Kroger store right up the street here, which was right next to the sweet shop where Ralph and Marjorie Warner had their jewelry store. So I've been here a long time, and as a student, I used to spend many hours right here in the corner building eating Red Devil sandwiches when Dunnick's opened up and later Polly's. So I've been around a little long time. And I was very fortunate by growing up here to know many of the business people in the downtown area. When I graduated from Ohio State, I came back and I worked right up the street at Monroe Federal. I didn't get very far. And then when I went to the military, I came back and went to work with my dad down in the corner. When my wife Penny and I got married, we just moved up behind the township building, one block, lived in an apartment up there. So once again, I've been around a little bit here, but I've kind of enjoyed it. I've watched Tipp City grow from 3,000 people to 10,000 people. And I think it's great today that we can celebrate 175 years. It's also nice to look back and reflect on the past. However, I think it's really more important that we look forward for the next 50 to 75 years. This community is blessed with great leaders, business people, families, volunteers, and I think our best asset is the youth of Tipp City. I feel that our future is in great hands in this area. no more to be said. I'd just like to read the proclamation that the Monroe Township trustees have for the Tipp City people. Okay, I'll just read this as we've got it read for you, Mayor. Be we know of that the community of Tippecanoe, now the city of Tipp City, Ohio, gathered on this date in celebration of 175 years of anniversary of its founding, whereas Tippecanoe was established in 1840 within Monroe Township, Miami County, Ohio, at the junction at the Milton-Carlisle Pike, now Main Street, and the newly constructed Lock 15 right street. Whereas Tippecanoe now is, I should say Tippecanoe now, the city of Tipp City and Monroe Township have in the past, and do continue to do so, form partnerships benefiting the entire community, including our fire protection, our emergency services, recreational programs and facilities, and other amenities and services to improve the lives of the residents of Tipp City and Monroe Township. Now therefore, we the Board of Monroe Township do hereby lost the community and its achievement in reaching this great. This is a proclamation signed by Phil Cox. Dr. Martin English was right over here. John Skolnicki, our fiscal officer, was here, as well as myself, Ron Tuma, Township Trustee. Once again, congratulations, and another 175 in the future. Thank you.
I think they were doing it in different, kind of a different order because Bill had no idea.
Now it's truly my honor to introduce someone that has become a good friend of mine over the past 15 plus years. This individual has served on many Tipp City committees, including as council president. In just the past 4.5 years, he has won numerous awards, including Council of Small Enterprises Small Business Advocate Award, the 2015 Public Sector Award, the Andrew Carnegie Award, the Ohio Library Council 2013-2014 Legislator of the Year Award, Friend of Entrepreneurs Award, Friend of Agriculture for 2014, the Golden Apple Award, the Triad Advocate Award, and the Outstanding Public Official Award. He also serves on the Senate Finance Committee, Ohio's 3Ds Frontier Advisory Board, is the Vice Chair of the Ways and Means Committee, a member of the Senate Agricultural Committee, Finance Committee, Insurance Committee, Financial Institutions Committee, and Health and Human Services Committee. It's my pleasure to introduce Tipp City's own State Senator, Bill Beagle.
Well, good afternoon. This is truly a great day. I am here on behalf of Representative Steve Huffman and myself to present a resolution to Mayor Hale on behalf of the General Assembly for the 175th anniversary, and we are honored to be a part of this. But I, as a resident of Tipp City, I think this may be a chance for me to speak a little less from the head and a little more from the heart, and I'm not going to read the resolution, but wanted to spend my couple minutes here talking about what Tipp City has meant to me. Now, I am new Tipp City. I've only been here 25 years. I am not second, third, or fourth generation like some of you folks. But this is a community I've gotten to grow and love over the last 25 years. It is a community that has embraced me, and I have embraced it, and have been very involved in it. And I think that's one of the things that separates this community from many others, is the degree of commitment from its citizens that has helped Tipp City grow to become an outstanding example of what happens when its citizens are engaged. We have an outstanding school system. We have an outstanding parks system. We have a lot of recreational opportunities. We have a lot of clubs. We have a thriving historical area. We honor our veterans, and we provide a high quality of life that's in such demand these days. My wife and I have chosen to raise our 3 children here, and we're looking forward to many more years. You know, this is a story that is, Tipp City's is a story that's still being written, but there's a lot of things to love about this city. And Mayor Hale, where'd you go? On behalf of the Senate President Faber and Speaker Rosenberger and Representative Huffman and myself, I want to present you with this resolution honoring Tipp City on its 175th anniversary.